So good afternoon everyone. I am Rubina from Tribe and I would like to welcome you to a very relevant discussion on building safe online spaces for girls with a panel of esteemed speakers. And before we begin, I would like to tell you a little bit about Tribe. So Child Rights and You was started with a visionary goal to secure happier childhood for children. And in 1979, our founder Vipin Kapoor, an Indian airline pursuer, he started this organization with 6 of his friends with just rupees 50. And from these humble beginnings, Cry over 4 decades now has grown to collaborate with 102 local government, non-governmental organizations across 19 states in India. And I am really extremely happy to inform you that with your help and your support, we have been able to reach out to 3 million children. And with that, I would like to start our event. We extend our gratitude to everyone for joining us with this vital discussion, especially given its immense relevance to current times. The expansiveness of cyberspace is undeniable, and yet it harbors dark and unknown facts that requires our collective attention. Also, I am very pleased to inform you that today we are celebrating National Girl Child Day and International Education Day. And on National Girl Child Day, through a constructive dialogue centered on building safe online spaces for girls, let us collectively reflect upon the imperative need to create an environment that empowers girls to thrive. So now the time has come when I introduce our esteemed guests. So we have with us Ms. Rowan Ainsworth, Australian Consul General in Kolkata. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us. Rowan Ainsworth is a career officer with the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade and was most recently Councillor Political at the Australian Embassy in Paris. She has previously had postings in Moscow as a Deputy Head of Mission and in Tokyo covering domestic politics. In Australia, she worked as Director of Northern, Central and Eastern Europe Section, Head of the Department of Foreign Affairs, State Office in Tasmania, Assistant Director in the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Branch, Assistant Convener of the National Trade and Investment Outlook Conference, and on the Japan desk. Ms. Ainsworth holds a Master's and Bachelor degree in Arts from the University of Sydney, and as Consul General in Kolkata, Ms. Ainsworth is supporting Australia's expanding trade, commercial and investment interest in the eastern and northern East Indian states of West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Odisha, Sikkim and Tripura. So please give a round of applause for her. We also have with us Shri Chandra Kumar Das, Additional Secretary in IT and Electronics, Department of West Bengal and Member Secretary, Cyber Security Center of Excellence. Sir is a National Cyber Security Scholar and a DSCI Cyber Security Strategist, along with his present capacity of Additional Secretary in IT and Electronics, Department of West Bengal, and Member Secretary, Cyber Security Center of Excellence, and Managing Director of Webble. He also holds the post of State Information Security Officer and Director, West Bengal State CERT. He passionately pursues cybersecurity awareness in the state and beyond, and has won multiple awards from Data Security Council of India, Computer Society of India, along with states like Haryana, Assam, Tamil Nadu for his activities in emerging technology. So thank you so much for joining us today. Next up we have Ms. Isha Chatterjee, CEO at B-Books. Isha runs the publishing house B-Books and loves the art of making beautiful books. B-Books publishes everything from translation, fiction, non-fiction, essays to graphic novels and corporate coffee table books. She also is the Managing Director of Patra Bharati and heads the marketing wing for the Bengali Publishing Press. She actively participates in structuring the event and looks after national and international collaborations, participates in various book fairs. Apart from that, she is a book reviewer, critic, moderator for literary events. Thank you, ma'am, for joining with us. Also, we have a very young guest with us. She's just 21 years old. She's pursuing BSc from Ram Mohan College and she has a story to tell. She has attended the cybersecurity session with the help of Shunlap and she also faced quite an issue with her account and it was hacked, and with the training she managed to cope and mitigate the situation. So let's hear the story from her. So big round of applause for her, please. Next up we have Sanjay Guho Thakurata, Executive Partner, IBM India. Sanjay sir is one of the leading thought leaders in IBM Global Business Services. He specializes in leading and managing large and complex sales engagement across different client segments across the world. He comes with more than 2 decades of experience across IBM, PwC. He has devoted his initial 10 years in selling complex client engagements, spearheading several growth-driven teams, delivering sharp results, and performing pivotal roles that has transformed the organization. And we also have with us Mr. Atul Singh, Vice President, CSR, Imami Limited. Mr. Atul Singh is a senior management professional and a new age CSR thought leader with more than 3 decades worth of experience, both national and international, working with organizations in countries such as Australia, India and Bangladesh. And he's currently serving as the Vice President CSR at the Imami Limited, heading the CSR and sustainability initiatives of Imami Group. Erstwhile the President of Piramal Swasthya, a part of Piramal Foundation, he managed their pan-India operation and headed the implementation of public-private partnership. And he has been working with 12 state governments in India. And also, sir's previous assignments include working with the international organizations, which includes Pitman Qualification, NABS Management and City, and Guilds International UK in collaboration with British Deputy High Commission and British Council, managing and administering their international vocational qualifications and other such international examinations in India and Bangladesh. He was also associated with the Education Group and he managed and implemented innovative and as well as technology-driven education and skill development projects. Please give a big round of applause for him. So thank you so much for joining us today. And now I will hand over the mic to Ms. Trina Chakraborty from TRI and she will take this event further.
Thank you so much, Rubina, and thanks each one of you here, panelists, distinguished panelists on stage as well as friends off stage. Thank you so much for gathering here on this rainy evening, afternoon. So I'll start with Rohan, and if you'd like, today is National Girl Child Day, and if you'd like to share a little about what's the significance of it, and what role can we play, all of us together, in ensuring a supportive environment for girls?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me here today. I'm really pleased to mark the National Day of the Girl Child, having been one myself, but very, very long ago. But it is very important for girls all over the world to be appreciated, be valued, and have the opportunities that boys are afforded. And it's not always the case, and so that's why I'm a big admirer and a big supporter of the work that CRI do, for girls and boys of course, but particularly for the girl child. And the work that we do also supporting, for example, girls in sport. I know sport is not always valued as much as academic pursuits, for example. Sometimes it's difficult to convince parents that sport is an important part of life. As an Australian, we grow up with sport in our lives everywhere, all the time. It's in the schools, it's taught, we have lots of facilities. We're lucky enough to have lots of space and lots of sports facilities. And it's considered a crucial part of a well-rounded adult's education. And that's because it teaches you things like leadership skills, or perhaps more importantly, teamwork skills. Also simple things like sports coordination, hand-to-eye coordination, things like that. But also in the environment here, one of the really important factors about working with young girls is that it gives them another outlet apart from homework and then schoolwork and then housework. They have something that doesn't have the word work on the end of it, and it allows them to feel empowered and inspired. It also keeps them in school for longer. It keeps them out of child marriage, and it keeps them away from child trafficking. And these are really important points about the capacity of sport, particularly in less privileged communities, and the impact that it can have on girls' lives. We've supported all types of sport, soccer and rugby and cricket and kabaddi, which has been terrific. Girls can participate in any type of sport. One of the factors that is important and that we have supported is to bring more women into managing sport, into being referees and umpires, because if we do that, parents are more likely to allow their girls to participate in the sport activities we're offering. So we need to have a larger view of the whole environment. But today we're celebrating the book fair, and I just wanted to have a couple of words. I know we're going to talk a lot about online safety for girls, about technologies, but here we're celebrating the good old-fashioned low-tech book. And I just want to mention how important I think books are to growing up and to our well-being. And I'm sure all of you can remember back, I can't because it's too long ago, but to your childhoods. I can think about my own daughter's childhood. I used to read stories with her every single night. It was a really important part of the day when she went to bed. And I remember the moment when she discovered that she could read, that she could understand the words on the page. She could do what Mummy was doing that she thought was impossible. And suddenly she understood it. It was so empowering for her. And then suddenly she could read the books she wanted, and it opened up a huge world of creativity and imagination for her. And it's really enabled her in life to be a bit of a bookworm, to do well at school, to love reading. So I just wanted to add that, how important that is to all children, and how books really still in today's age have the capacity to change lives. Thank you.